Here are the top 3 attack strategies at Town Hall 11. In today's video, we're going to show you the best way to use them, including the optimal hero equipment. The first attack strategy to be shown today is Zap Dragons. Now with this army you've got 4 lightning and 2 quake, and you're going to use them to take down 2 air defenses. Now the air defenses you pick to take down should be the hardest to get with your heroes, because you're going to use your king and queen, kind of like you see here, to get rid of the final 2 air defenses. So this attack strategy works best on bases where there's at least 2 air defenses kind of towards the outside of the base. So you see the heroes get the top side of the base, and now we've zapped out the bottom. We've got the wall break for the king. He's going to go in, and look, both of those air defenses are gone. Now, once you've got rid of all 4 air defenses, generally you want to come on the side where the eagle artillery is closest. But you see in this base here, the eagle artillery is in the core of the base. So essentially you want to come from the path of least resistance. You want to fight the sweepers as little as possible, and you want to have the best funnel that you can. So Loki here decides to come in on the right hand side because look, we got a beautiful funnel on both sides here. So you want to spread your dragons and balloons out like you see here, and you're going to funnel them into the core nicely. Now it's worth noting, Loki has got the life gem on the warden. If you've got the rage gem upgraded, I would recommend bringing that because it allows your dragons to do that extra DPS. Now with this army, you're going to bring the stone slammer, but never send your stone slammer with the dragons. You want to send your stone slammer on its own sort of path, so it can clear out a part of the base that the dragons are never going to path to. In this case, it was down the bottom. You can also use the stone slammer if there's a 4th air defense that you can't take down with your heroes. Use your stone slammer to go straight after the air defense. Because look at the work this stone slammer is doing there. So we use the rage spell in the core of the base to get rid of the defensive queen and all the high value defenses. Then we use the heal on the back end to keep our troops alive, and this multi-inferno is not going to do much at all. And we're even going to swag a freeze spell. Look at how many dragons are up. We're bringing a dragon rider in the CC, worth noting as well. In terms of the king and queen equipment, pretty standard stuff. If you've got the gauntlet, I'd recommend bringing it. But yeah, pretty wrecked there. This army is really strong, but its weaknesses are bases with 4 air defenses in the core of the base and bases with 2 single infernos. Now we move on to Zap Witches, and instead of only 4 lightning, now we're bringing 8 of them with 2 earthquakes. And what you're going to do is, no matter what the base style, you're going to get rid of the infernos. Doesn't matter if they're single or multi, get those infernos off the playing field. Then you're going to use the golem with a couple of witches on each flank, and then send all your heroes with the remaining witches and a log launcher down the middle. Now, if you're going straight into the town hall, then the log launcher will be useless. You can bring the siege barracks instead, but the log launcher is so nice because it does so much damage to these lower town hall defenses. Now, I'm going to say something. Generally, with mass witch attack strategies, you'd much rather come in on the side. So rather than your main push come through a corner like this, you'd much rather the main push here with a funnel over here and here. But you're going to see Loki makes this work anyway. But you can see that a lot of his heroes go to the outside of the base here because it's much harder to come in on a corner. Now, the log launcher opens up. It's done so much damage, and he is bringing a root rider in the CC. Now, root riders are only available at Town Hall 15 or higher, so if you don't have a Town Hall 15 in your clan, or if you don't have raid medals to request a root rider, then you can just bring ice golems instead. But you're going to see the value the root rider gets. It's not only got so many hit points, but it walks through these walls like they're nothing. You have the log launcher and the root rider in this army. You almost don't need the jump spell that you can see Loki is using here. Root Rider's tanking beautifully, and yeah, this base has no chance of defending. Now let's have a look at the hero equipment. You can bring the life gem or the healing tome here. Both of them work. You can bring the rage gem if you want, actually. Honestly, let me know if you use this army a lot, which is the best to use, because all 3 of them you can make a legitimate case for. With the king, I would look at bringing the earthquake boots if you don't have the root rider in the CC, because the earthquake boots will open the walls in the area around them and make this army even more difficult to fail. And then obviously you got the standard queen equipment, but this army is insane because it's so easy to plan. Go into the attack, find your Infernos, and spam away. At number 1, we have Queen Charge Hybrid. Was it ever really in doubt? And what I love about this army is it's the easiest Queen Charge army to execute at Town Hall 11. All you have to do with your Queen Charge is get a little bit of value and deal with the CC. Now, anything else on top of that you can get is obviously a bonus. In particular, if you can deal with the Eagle Artillery, or some defensive heroes, that is double valuable. But the only thing you absolutely have to get is the defensive CC. So that's why we're charging in from the top side here, because if we went for the Eagle Artillery, there's no guarantee we'd get the CC. Now, if you have a look at this multi-inferno here, if we don't wall break into this compartment with the Wizard Tower, that multi-inferno is going to roast our healers. So you'll see in a second here, the wall break comes in, and we're going to charge into this compartment and get this really nice value here. Now, admittedly, Loki did wall break a little late here. He should have wall broke a bit earlier because, look, this Queen, the healers are going to get a bit of damage from the multi-inferno, but thankfully the sweepers help us out in the end. Now, whilst the Queen's dealing with the CC, and you know she's safe, this is the time to put down your King and your siege barracks. So you're going to see they're going to go on the far side here, and their job is to take down the outside of the base and funnel your hybrid troops into the core, because if you don't funnel, the miners will go to the outside of the base. So you'll see what's happening in a second. We start the hybrid from the top. Queen ability will unfortunately go off, but that's okay. And look at this, because of the King and the P.E.K.K.A, the funnel is going to force the hybrid troops into the multi-inferno and the Eagle Artillery. Now, in terms of spells with your hybrid, you want to first use the heal spell. That's the first spell you use. And then when the second wave of damage comes in, that's when you want to come in with the Warden ability. So you'll see it used any second now. Oh, he's really hanging on to it. Perfectly done. Now this defensive Queen's going to be doing no damage to our troops. And then if you need it, use the second heal spell on the back end. But Loki's not going to need the second heal spell here. The defensive Queen goes down. That's it. Look at how many troops are up. This base is completely wrecked. Now, in terms of hero equipment, Loki did bring the Earthquake boots. You can see exactly where it was used right here. I wouldn't recommend that because the King's only taking down the outside of the base. You generally don't need them to go into the core as much. I would recommend the Rage Vial and the Barbarian Puppet or the Giant Gauntlet, but clearly the Earthquake Boots worked well here because they also do damage to the defenses around. Queen, you can use the standard equipment, and then I would definitely use the Life Gem with the Warden equipment. Swagging 3 spells there. Safe to say, if you follow the top 3 attack strategies from today's video, you're going to dominate Town Hall 11.